This month, we've been doing spooky season for Around the Corner.
Yeah.
If you're new, Around the Corner, it's a segment where we go out in the community, we find cool places. So where did we go this week?
This week we went to the Crescent Hotel, something we set up a couple of months ago, been very excited about. Again, new to Around the Corner, we've been doing it since early this year, and this is one of my favorite ones, and we've had some really good ones.
Yeah, but this one's good. Check it out. On this week's episode of Around the Corner, we're here in Eureka Springs, and we are wrapping up spooky season.
Yes, we're at the granddaddy of them all, the Crescent Hotel, known around the world for being one of the most haunted places.
So today, we're gonna take you along to see what it's all about.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Thank you.
Tiffany, look at this place.
137 years of history right here.
I feel it immediately when you walk in here. We are taking a step back in time.
Yeah, I hope this elevator isn't 137 years old because I hear we have to go somewhere on the 4th floor. We're going out to meet a man named Mr. Graves.
Own personal ghost tour of the Crescent Hotel. This is a dream.
My nightmare, but let's go. You go first.
No.
Well, if you have a seat, I can tell you a little bit about the hotel real quick before we go on our tour. This little boy in this picture up here, his name is Brecky Thompson, and it's about 1917 or so when that picture was taken. He's about 3 years old. So Brecky there, this is the only picture of any of our ghosts that we have from when they were actually alive, and he is one of our ghosts. He's seen a lot on the 2nd floor. So this area of the hotel is where we see our little friend Brecky Thompson. Some of the guests, they will say that they hear this thumping in the hallway at night, you know, so they open the door, what's going on? And down by the mirror down there, there is a little boy, and he's walking down the hall, and he's got this little ball, he's bouncing it, and he's saying, "It's not fair, it's not fair," as he goes along. Nearly every night, there's little hand.
No, there's not.
Really?
No.
You can still see him a little bit. It's kind of hard during the daytime. They show up better at night.
Oh, I see him.
Miss Theodora, she's very neat and tidy. So when they come back, you know, from their little outing, they come back in the room and they find that, you know, their shoes have been lined up in front of the bed, the closet will be nicely arranged. Any kind of little mess they've left has been cleaned up. You know, they're a little confused because it's like the end of the day. Call down to the front desk, say, "What's going on?" You know, and they'll say, "Well, it wasn't the maid."
Yes.
I think Miss Theodora. Miss Theodora.
Yes. But she's not always so nice to every guest.
Oh.
And we have to lock we have to lock the morgue, of course. Guys, so come on into the rest of the morgue here. And in here is the cooler. Besides the cooler over there, which is part of the original morgue, there's one more item in this room that was in use back then, and it is the drain in the floor. There's some electrical potential.
Yes.
Well,
there's energy around.
There's some kind of energy around here.
Okay, I think it's safe to say this hotel, it's lived up to the spooky hype. Felt like we were in an episode of Ghost Hunters.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mr. Graves, fantastic job showing us around, really putting us in those stories. Very convincing.
Wait.
Is he even here?
Where'd he go?
I want out.
Let's get out of here.
I'll see you soon.
So the real question is, Mr. Graves, was he actually there?
Miss Tiffany, I don't know. But I do know we worked up an appetite.
Yeah, we
No
did.
other place better to go than here at the top of the Crescent Hotel at the Sky Bar. Look at this, overlooking beautiful Eureka and the Ozarks.
Beautiful view, but can you get me a piece of pizza?
Yeah, you get first slice?
Yes, please. All right, we'll see you next time on Around the Corner.
I want the extra chicken here. Oh, so good. Dude, I didn't know that they had that Sky Bar pizza lounge.
Oh yeah, I've eaten there before without doing the ghost tour and really enjoyed it. So I told y'all we had to go, but the ghost tour definitely a different experience. Look at the hotel in a different way.
We always say, hey, we've showed you just a glimpse. That ghost tour, we actually just a glimpse.
It was about an hour-and-a-half tour, and it was a shorter version that he gave us. And so there's a lot.
You saw some of the picture. We showed you a picture there real quick of a lady. It was zoomed in. That was an actual picture they have that somebody took. They have their own pictures that they'll show you as they go through the ghost tour. I went off and started talking to just some employees. They had their own videos. They had their own experiences, their own pictures. And then, I mean, it's a full functioning hotel.
It was packed,
It was packed with people just coming and going. There's a lot of things going on there, and we're just in there just doing our thing. I'm so excited that I finally made it up there.
Yeah, it was so neat. We need to go back and do the night ghost tour. It's a different feel that they were telling us. But
that place is old. Like, I mean, that feels like, sometimes you go in a place, you're like, oh, the bones are the original structure, but you know, it all felt original. That place felt original.
And I think that's what makes it so neat, is that they have kept it to the original look and feel.
Really neat. Super spooky when you get in there. Yeah. Really cool. I've heard so much about it growing up. It was so neat to get there. Yeah. You should go check it out. Even if you just go to Eureka for the day, go over there, have lunch, and just hang out for a little bit. It's fun.
I think they have, like, we saw a couple in there. They weren't staying there, but they had a pamphlet. It looked like they were kind of going around.
Just walking around for the day.
So you can do that as well.
Yes, it's neat.
Go check it out.